Ceasefire is hanging on by a thread after Iranian attacks on the UAE and escalating tensions in the Strait of Hormuz. The president just now saying the U.S. operation to reopen the critical waterway is on pause as the U.S. aims to finalize a deal with Iran. The Pentagon says they expected Iran to lash out, but don't think ending the ceasefire is necessary.
The threshold of restarting is a political decision above my pay grade. What I'll say is it's low harassing fire right now. It feels like Iran is grasping at straws.
Iran's leaders say tensions in the strait are jeopardizing peace talks and that America's demands are impossible. But President Trump is convinced they'll come to the table. The conflict with Iran is now driving up the cost of flying, and according to travel experts, airlines probably will not be dropping their prices anytime soon. Fox 13's Amalia Roy is live from Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, breaking down where prices are going up.
Good evening. We're actually able to see from year to year where these price differences are coming in based on Kayak compiling all of this data. So I want to look at Seattle for you. We see that during 2025, end of April, the average price to fly into Seattle was $335 for a domestic flight, and that's for anyone flying within the United States. This year, end of April, now that is looking at $413 compared to last year. That is a difference of $78. And now we have to talk about jet fuel when we're having this conversation. Spirit Airlines had been struggling for years before it shut down just a few days ago. And the budget carrier said it was a sudden and sustained rise in fuel prices that delivered the final blow. And now with Spirit out of the game, experts say there might be less pressure on major airlines to keep their prices lower.
Budget airlines like Spirit, there are others, but like Spirit, tend to put pricing pressure on the bigger airlines, and they compete. They, I think in markets where you have a strong budget airline presence, you tend to see, lower fares on average. You've now removed a layer of that competition. We still have Frontier, we still have Allegiant in select markets.
According to the travel site Kayak, airfare has been rising since the beginning of the year. But in many cases, ticket prices really started skyrocketing once the U.S. and Israel started the war with Iran, as airlines started passing higher operating costs onto travelers. And check this out, looking again at that April to April comparison, domestic flights into Atlanta are up by an average of $35. They're up $78 into Washington, D.C., $89 into Dallas and Chicago, and $75 if you're heading into Orlando. Tickets to Phoenix are up $80 from last year, and people flying into Sky Harbor today said they found good deals because they booked their flights months ago.
A flight for me can range anywhere between $500 to $1,100, and that is a lot of money to take out of if you're using a business expense or your own personal pocketbook. $1,100 makes it very easy to say, no, I can't come. And when business can't be done or you can't attend those things that are once in a lifetime.
We are coming here for our wedding this week to Arizona, and then we actually leave from Arizona to go to Greece. So we had to book a lot of travel well in advance. So we planned this trip probably about 6 months ago and got all our airfare taken care of. So that was definitely helpful on the cost end.
And it's not just ticket costs. Airlines are also hiking baggage fees. For summer travel, I know we are in May, so it's getting close. Sean Cudahy from the Points Guy recommends looking towards August instead of earlier in the summer for a better deal. That can be a bit difficult with school calendars, and sometimes it's luck. Sometimes it's looking online on a good algorithm day. In Phoenix, Amalia Roy, Fox 13 News.